tell us about your involvement with the Latin Nation tour.
Oh man, Latin Nation's big. Big up everybody that I work with too, because um, the Latin Nation tour was an idea as well. Okay, so that's it. I've known him. Big ups to Dustin, man. For people don't know the connection, but he was at. I used to do community activism, so I used to like hearing about community involvement, and there. I went to this meeting, and my homie actually, Tecum, he told me, yo man, there's a something they're gonna be informing people about, about what's the injustices that are happening right now. So we went to this meeting, and in this meeting, turns out it was people involved with 90.7 and KPFK. So they were throwing the Marcha de Zapata, and that's where I met Dasser. Dasser, he showed up because he was going to be one of the artists, but he was helping them with the flyer. So we ended up chopping it up. They asked us, "Do you guys know anybody that's artists?" And at that time, I was like freestyling. I had a lot of things written, but I didn't have songs out. So I told them, "Yeah, I know some people." I was like, "Can I get on it?" And they told me, "Yeah." They had given me a later slot, of course, because I wasn't known, Cool. At that point, like, I didn't care what slot. I just wanted to perform. I took my mom, my grandma. Like, this was like, it was for the community. So of course, I was gonna have my family represent. Like, we're all human. At the end of the day, for whatever cause it is, we're all human. We gotta work with each other, because what they want is for us not to work with each other. They want us to be like, oh, fuck that fool. He has a nice car. Nah, man, that's hating. Congratulate the man. Man, you know what it took him to get that car? Or even if his daddy gave him the money, whatever. You're fortunate enough to have that, Never hate on the next man's thing, So this with the show, pretty much it started everything. I got my people were already there, and by the time it was like 2:30, 3 o'clock. There was so many artists that were so late. They asked me, "You want to perform?" And there was like 200 plus people, and I'm like, "Yes, yes." And of course, my first song, I messed up. It was my first time performing in front of all these people, and I thought I was gonna perform with my homie Tecum, because he had originally took me there, but he was trying to put his band on. So he put his band on, and he was like, "Nah, do your own thing." And I was like, "All right, well, I'm a solo artist then. Fuck it, that's what it is." And yeah, I did a 15-minute set. When I messed up on my first song, everybody made noise, and they were very supportive. And then That's It actually had a show the week after at Sabor Lounge. It was for a benefit show for the people in Chile, and yeah, he invited me to it. So when he invited me to it, so happens in that show I met EQ, Stamina, um, I met Top Dime at the Marcha Zapata. Um, who else? Brown Lucci. I met him at Marcha de Zapata. So all these people I have met, maybe like 15 artists, maybe. So since I didn't, after those two shows, I didn't know nobody in the scene. So what I do, I threw two shows, and at that time MySpace was like real big. So with these two shows, I did all the promotion. The first show, it was at the Goodnight Bar. It was called the Cosmos Aligned. I had Estado de Emergencia, Brown Lucci, Gavilan, Top Dime, Destruct, Bet One, and myself, my brother-in-law, my cousin. Like we were on. You know what I'm saying? Like we got up. I made this opportunity where we threw a show and we got on with these people. So these people I didn't know at the time, they were already like being recognized. I just thought they were like cool people. They were just being was very supportive. So I threw another show like 2 weeks after. It didn't do as well, but I still had Brown Lucci, That's where I met Pause One. Bet One told me about Pause One. He told me, "Yo, man, shout out to Pause One, man, for real. This fool has helped me a lot throughout my career, just because I've asked this fool for advice when I was doing certain moves. So when I started throwing the shows, now looking forward, I did those two shows and I started just performing. I didn't want to do throw shows, you know. So I just started performing. So this fool, when I got offered to do a show for the alcoholics, where it was gonna be a pay to play show, um, I asked him, like, at this point in my career, I had been like 4 years, no pay to play, um, or like two in the beginning and nothing else, so I asked him, like, should I even do this? And he was like, well, it's gonna change your ass, like, how people view you, because now you've been preaching no pay to play, and then you're gonna do it just because you get a headliner, So ultimately, like, we were gonna do the initial investment. I was gonna take it out of my pocket and do the investment, and then I got put in the spot. I was like, you know what? Nah, we can't do it, So I hit them up, and they hit me up 2 days after, and I told them, you know what? Sorry, but I can't do that show. And yeah, I left it like that. I told Pause One, I was like, we're not gonna do it. And 2 months later, since I saw the game, like, man, it's about money. People will work with you if you got money. Like, they don't care. If you got money, bam, they'll put you in the booth. They'll act like your friend. They don't give a fuck at that time, because you're paying them for their service. You're paying them for the time. So when I saw that, like, of the game, it motivated me to push away from that, So I stayed active. And that month, that was around November last year. That month, I literally, me and that big up Slum, dude. Slum, he saw pretty much. I was doing a lot of shows, and it slowed down. By slowed down, I mean there was like 15 people showing up to my show, and we had like real good artists on the bill. It's just people, I didn't know who I was, so it was like, why should I go to your show? Hey, I have no personal connection with you. I see you're throwing a show, but so yeah, this fool. So what ended up happening after that, that month, November through December, I did like 17 shows that month. It was the first time that, like, I actually took it up a notch, because we were doing like 12 shows, 14 shows, and now 17 to 19 was like, it was a lot more work, like, it's just a lot more promoting, a lot more messages that we're sending out. And then at that time, Facebook started blocking people for sending messages. So it was like, okay, now my network just stopped because I'm being blocked. So now I have to create different ways so people could start coming in. And yeah, these fools, after they saw, I guess they shopped around. And they noticed, for any venue, you have to leave a deposit. If they don't know who you are, they want a deposit, they want a bar guarantee. And when you're trying to start something organic and you don't have the budget, then you have to look for somebody that could do it without the budget, And I was that dude. They hit me up, and the rest is history.